basically, we here with the homie Epic. We're gonna be looking at some weird TikTok stories. Epic, you got anything to say, bro?
Nah, man. Hey, subscribe to Swag, bro. Yeah, to 1K. Where the 1K? But yeah,
Oh God,
let's get straight to it, yeah.
talk about a family drama.
I talk about a family drama that no one talks about. My ancestral grandfather's funeral was a movie. Every family has drama that they prefer to sweep under the carpet. Out of sight, out of mind, or whatever. My family takes that to an extreme level. My grandfather was a Rolling Stone, that's what they told me. What they had neglected to mention was the fact that he liked to prey on his grandchildren. I'm a 30-year-old.
What you mean?
Whoa! Now you see, that just sounds crazy.
What?
What?
My younger sister, who is 27, announced her pregnancy in spring of last year. We didn't know who the father was at the time, but, still, we were happy to have another baby in the family. It was a boy. He would be the first. During the baby shower, she picked his name. She announced that she would be naming it after my grandfather, Darius. We thought nothing of it at the time. 8 months pass and she delivers the baby prematurely, but he's still healthy. Darius Jr. was the cutest little angle I'd ever laid my eyes upon.
This nigga just said angle, bro.
This was an NPC. Why is this NPC, bro?
My grandfather passed away in his sleep 2 months after Junior's birth. We were devastated. Still, we managed to throw together a funeral procession. It was so surreal, seeing him up there so still. A man who had once been full of many colorful words was now peacefully posed in his permanent resting place. It was weird, to say the least. My grandmother and my mother were a mess, bawling their eyes out the entire funeral. All of his grandchildren were in the same place. All but one, that was. My sister threw the doors open, running down the path and throwing herself at my grandfather's feet. She and him had always been close, so again, I thought nothing of it. She was a hot mess, tears streaking through her makeup while sobs wrenched her small body. You would have thought he was her husband. It takes her a while to calm down, but when she does, she stands on her 2 feet. She takes a moment to wipe her tears away, breathing in deeply. Then, she says, now that he's dead he would have wanted you all to know. Grandpa was the father of my child.
Oh my God, bro. No.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
They're like
Hold up.
50 years apart, bro.
Exactly, bro. Hold up. No way.
We were in love. Cue the record scratch.
They were fucking in love, bro. How the
Bro.
that's your goddamn grandpa.
Damn.
All hell broke loose.
Niggas out
My family
there.
shouted at one another. My grandmother stood from her chair and shoved my sister to the floor.
I would too.
Refused to even move. They wound up hashing it out until security got there. The fight didn't stop until the men had to pull my sister off of the coffin that she had climbed into with my grandfather.
No, that's fucking crazy, bro. Who fucking climbed to the coffin, man? What the fuck, bro?
That was an interesting story. I ain't even gonna lie. I forced myself on. What?
No.
My sister when we were younger. Should I still be held to what I did 20 years ago?
Yes.
I was 10 and she was 4 at the time. It was all...
Oh God, nigga. Thank God, bro. Oh hell. Oh hell.
on 3 or 4
bro.
occasions over the span of a month. I knew what I was doing was wrong but not the severity. I didn't learn about things like consent or anything until I was 16, although I wasn't a shithead in between. I regret what I did, so much so I made it a mission of mine to right the wrong.
She really- hold on.
Uh-oh.
Falling in love with my sister was weird enough, but what I discovered after truly rocked my world. My mom died right when I was born. I grew up with my dad's family because my dad has all sorts of emotional issues and he bailed before I was born. So you can see, my childhood was kind of messed up growing up. I feel like there was always a lot of distance between me and my sister. And when I was about 17 I first noticed that my sister was really hot. Then one day I accidentally found a
17?
video that she made of herself. I knew she didn't make it for me, but I thought she was so exceptionally beautiful that I watched it twice. I probably would have watched it a heck of a lot more, except that right around the time I found the video, all this crazy stuff went down and I had to leave home. She was also having bad trouble with the law. She was actually in custody when I left home. My friend and I went to pick her up. When I saw her that day, after seeing the video, I have to be honest, I so badly wanted to be intimate with her.
This
Oh.
nigga. This
This-
nigga.
Looking back
This
on it
nigga's
now,
from
it's
Alabama.
pretty messed up, but I think she had feelings for me too. She kissed me right after we came to get her. And it wasn't a sisterly kiss, you know? I mean, it wasn't ridiculously intimate or anything, but it wasn't sisterly. After we left, we all went to crash with my sister's friends. On the trip there, my friend sort of implied that he wanted to get with my sister, and I got a little jealous. He's a good-looking guy and even though she was my sister, I just felt like he was competition. Not much else happened between us for a while except some intimate
Think
hugging.
about that.
Pretty much everyone in my life at that point was wanted by the government, so we all moved around a lot.
Bro, what did this man's family do?
I'm
Everybody
tired,
wants to buy
son.
woman. bro.
His family is
I'm not
great.
saying that I'm proud of it or anything, but it was kind of an awesome time. My friend and my sister
This
never
nigga's family was the mafia, bro.
Hard, bro.
hooked up, I don't think,
Niggas
but I
live in
thought there was some
GTA.
serious physical tension going on between them. It was around the time that I got badly hurt in an accident. It was really bad. I almost died. But when I was in recovery, my sister came to see me, and out of the clear blue sky, she started to give me this awesome, slow, passionate kiss on the lips. My sister
Bro.
Epic, bro. Epic.
If they do
Bro.
anything weirder than this, oh my god, I already know what I'm about to do, bro.
pulled away from the kiss and said, "You know, I'm not actually your sister." I looked at her in shock. She continued, "Your real father had an affair with my mother. When she found out she was pregnant, she gave me up for adoption. We're not related by blood at all." I was stunned. I asked, "But why pretend to be my sister all this time?" She replied, "I've had a crush on you since we were kids. When I found out we weren't actually siblings, I saw my chance. So I've been plotting this whole story to get close to you." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My head was spinning. All this time I had feelings for my sister, not knowing we had no biological connection. She took my hands and said, "I know this is shocking, but I have deeply cared for you my whole life. What do you say we stop running from the law, and start running toward each other instead?" Still, in disbelief, I said, "I don't know what to say. I think I need time to process all this."
This nigga, bro.
Bro, like,
Oh my
what?
Giving into these new desires felt deeply unsettling. Our whole lives we had been brother and sister. Going further would mean betraying that bond in a way. But if we were not blood related, was it really such a betrayal? After a month of soul searching, I decided to take a chance. We had been given a rare second chance at love, beyond the bounds of family. When next we met, I pulled her into my arms and kissed her deeply, my feelings now clear. She embraced me tenderly, tears in her eyes. At that moment, our story transformed. Whatever challenges lay ahead, we would face them together, no longer brother and sister, but lovers starting anew, falling in love with my sister.
This
Bro.
nigga.
What's the weirdest breakup you've ever had? I had only dated this girl for 2 weeks, but things were moving rather quickly for my liking. She had already thrown out the L word despite us having only ever made out, not even had intimacy, and had only been on 2 dates. We sat on the couch in her place with her straddling me and making out. She kept repeating how much she loved me and I freaked out. I told her I think we need to slow down and get some space in an attempt to control the pace of the relationship a bit. I didn't want to break up with her though, as she was hot and fun to be around. She responded incredibly well to that, saying she understands and would you like some space now? To which I replied, I would, but I still want to continue the relationship. This isn't me breaking up with you, I promise. Her head sank a little and her eyes saddened as I got up to leave, and I reassured her I definitely wanted to continue the relationship, just at a slower pace. I reached the living room door to exit the room and a lamp hurtled past my head, smashing against the wall.
Nigga, what the fuck was he, the fucking Hulk, nigga?
Me having no clue what was going on, as 2 seconds ago everything seemed civil and calm, whipping my head back and forth between her and the smashed lamp trying to process what the hell just happened, was now the target for a closet lunatic. She sprinted across the room towards me at alarming speeds and jumped, extending her knee towards me and directly making contact with my chest. This 5'4",
Every just
90
supervillain.
Yo, I know, this is fucking Black Widow, bro. What the fuck, nigga?
55-pound girl took me out with one swift move, sending me onto my back as she landed on top of me. I put my hands on her shoulders to push her up and off of me. She latched onto my beard with one hand and shirt with the other, aggressively pulling on both, and despite my pushing her harder and harder, she would not let go of my beard. I made the only decision I could think of at the time that would successfully get her to stop, so I grabbed her boob and twisted. This understandably shocked her, so she let go long enough for me to give her a proper shove up and off of me, and I ran out the door. She didn't pursue me out of the house, thank God, but the following day she texted me as if nothing happened post the conversation about taking things slow, and she wants to continue dating as well and agreed we should take things slower.
What?
Naturally I responded with screw this, I'm out, and I didn't hear from her for 2 weeks, after which at 2 o'clock in the morning and drunk, she booty called me asking me to twist both her boobs while I did her from behind.
Alright, nigga. Alright,
Bro,
nigga.
what is this story?
I'm not proud of myself. I hadn't had intimacy for about 6 months prior to this. I'm not proud of myself. I hadn't had intimacy for about 6 months prior to this. So you're goddamn right, I twisted those boobs and did her from behind. What is the weirdest thing a babysitter has ever done to you?
Listen to SFW, bro.
I had a female babysitter who would take me into the bathroom. She would sit on the toilet with her pants/underwear off and have me pee into the toilet bowl between her legs. She would ask,
Nah, nigga.
Whoa!
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Whoa, bro!
Stop. Hold up.
asked
me to hit her hairy spot every once in a while.
Bro.
I'm male and was about 8 years old at the time. I remember thinking that it was pretty freaking awesome. My babysitter would always complete my Rubik's Cube for me. I'd mess it up again, and she'd just complete it again. What is the weirdest thing?
Nah, he a victim. He a victim.
weird thing did you witness in the high school bathroom?
Oh,
I
fuck
don't
no.
see a
As
lot.
someone
I
who
don't see a
regularly
lot.
had to replace my contact
God.
lenses through
Nigga, high school bathrooms,
This
bro.
guy's-
Bro, someone moved the whole fucking toilet. I swear to God, someone whole toilet, nigga. The whole
Yo.
toilet was on the fucking side. Some fat ass nigga, bro.
This
They ripped one.
nigga Jay fucked in the bathroom. That's crazy.
As someone who regularly had to replace my contact lenses throughout the day, I would make frequent trips to the bathroom. Much of the time, I would hear loud moaning and intercourse.
Oh shit, bro. I feel bad.
I like how he just casually says that. What school do you go to, bro?
Exactly, bro.
Bathroom, along with students inhaling toxic chemicals through their e-device.
Of course.
It's hey, bro.
There was this one time I saw two people going at it, and I just sat back and watched like I was Sneeko.
What?
Anyways, sometimes I would just take a look under the stalls if I recognized anyone's shoes and say, "What's up to them?" This was not seen as creepy. It was kind of part of the bro code. Anyways, one day someone is playing some loud adult video in the bathroom.
How is that the bro code?
Exactly. Like, nigga, you don't just go into somebody's stall while they're taking a shit and say, "What's good, nigga?"
It's kind of
Like, what?
part of the bro code.
Exactly.
That's weird, bro.
What, bro?
Nah, this is
Code.
Ohio.
Anyway.
This is Ohio. I'm not gonna lie.
That has to be, bro.
Anyways, one day someone is playing some loud adult video in the bathroom, and it seemed like they were trying to get a reaction. I ignore it and move on. I check another stall and see that under the stall there is shoes that only a teacher would wear. I recognize them as Mr. Johnson, my math teacher's shoes, and to make matters worse, I recognized another pair of shoes, which was a girl I had been crushing on for a while now.
What?
I actually went to her 18th birthday party last week. I was
Oh, she was
devastated.
18?
I could hear shuffling around and groaning as well as a clapping noise that wasn't made by a hand. While it was not illegal since she was 18, it was certainly bad.
This is the teacher's class and she just turned 18.
Dads of Reddit, what did you...
Nigga, part
Predators
2.
who got to
What the fuck is part 2? The bullshit, bro. What's the weirdest break? Alright. What's the weirdest thing that happened to you during sex?
said she screams when she What's the weirdest thing that's happened to you during sex? She said she screams when she orgasms, which I was 100% on board with. I soon realized she meant she screams like she's being murdered. It was so loud it triggered my tinnitus in both ears. I'm legit surprised the police weren't called. We talked about it afterwards and I had to double check to make sure it didn't turn non-consensual midway through without me noticing. But yeah, she just screams very loudly. I was once starting to give cunnilingus, and quickly noticed something that was drier than it should be, and had the texture of what I imagine a cobweb would have, if you tried licking one. This initial impression of a cooter cobweb made me both giggle and become a little disgusted at the same time, but it didn't quite prepare me for what it actually was. I looked down, realized it wasn't on her anymore, it was now fully attached to my tongue, pulled it off my tongue to discover it was a square of obviously used toilet paper. She was mortified with embarrassment. I was laughing uncontrollably and also still a little disgusted. Moral of the story, always look before you lick.
No way.
Bruh, that's looking nasty.
Damn. That's nasty, bro. Use toilet paper. Hold on, Jason, you got a story. What you got a story of? Hey, tell the story, gang. Tell the story, I ain't gonna lie. This nigga a redditor now.
No epic one. Alright. Wait, I got a story about this. Alright, go ahead, say.
The majesty will I meet to buzz.
This nigga Epic go give me fucking age restricted, bro. No, this whole video about to give me age restricted, bro. This whole entire video about to give me age restricted, bro. This is a lot of wild shit in BC, bro. Oh, you continue.
I was hooking up with a chick I had met at the bar at her place and I saw someone looking at us through the window. I kinda freaked and told her what I saw and she said, "Oh, it's okay, it's just my roommate. We have a deal that when one of hooks up with someone the other can watch." I told her that's weird and asked if she wanted to invite her to join us and she had the audacity to call me a creep and ask me to leave.
Really?
Really? So
Bro,
bullshit,
what?
bro.
I swear,
But
people are slow. People are so yo, hold on, Jay, tell the story, bro.
Go ahead, bro. Tell the story. All right, listen.
Peace.
Bless you.
Look.
Thank you. Me and my ex were doing it right. Oh, oh shit.
Oh nah, bro. Damn. Damn. What? On videos, crazy.
Let's watch
What is the
this
weirdest flex you are proud of? I nearly became my ex-girlfriend's stepdad after she cheated on me. My ex-girlfriend, Jess, was an absolute piece of garbage. Throughout our
Nah, this nigga really don't fuck this
relationship,
girl's
Jess
mom,
knew that I was
bro.
subpar looking,
Oh
and she was
my
super
fucking
pretty.
God, bro.
She loved to point this out, and took advantage of it often. I guess where I went wrong was, well, I never stopped her. She would verbally abuse me, and physically too. Even though I knew that her laying hands on me was not right, I put up with it.
Bro.
She cheated on me more times than I can count while we dated.
What?
It got so bad that she would get with guys in clubs right in front.
Bro, niggas gotta stop being pussy, bro. She cheat on you, get up out of there, bro. What?
Dip, nigga. Dip.
Thanks.
And make sure you got every single proof during that relationship, because then she gonna come back with some crazy allegations.
And I wouldn't do anything about it. After all, she was the one who took my V card, and it made me fall in love. In my eyes, she could do nothing wrong to me. She treated me so poorly, and I regret being so blinded by what I thought was love. Looking back now, I don't think she ever actually loved me. Jess humiliated me over and over, yet I did nothing to stop it. I was acting like Adam 22, completely oblivious to how messed up our relationship was. The cherry on top was that she was the one who broke up with me, not the other way around. What did I do to deserve getting broken up with? She just got tired of me.
I ain't gonna lie.
In her words,
Ask you why he fucked her mom now.
Exactly.
Ask
Me
you why
too.
he did that now.
we attended the same college. So I saw her the next week with a new guy. Already.
What?
This guy was about 6'4".
This nigga, she had a side piece, bro.
Oh, facts. That is crazy.
Black and built. I knew he was probably better than I ever was, and I cried about it. I saw how she looked at him.
Nigga, don't cry over that nigga, bro.
No, facts. Fuck that nigga too.
She gonna do the same nigga like she did to you.
Exactly.
It's like, you know how to put up with it.
He never looked at me like that. That night I reached the lowest I'd ever been. I went home and took care of myself to the thought of them together. It was humiliating. Well, it might have been the best thing I'd ever done.
This nigga, I know what the fuck this nigga did, bro.
What did he do?
Bro, he took care. He said he took care of himself to the thought of them being together.
Yo, what? I know what he's talking about. That nigga is bugging, bro. Yo.
Nah, but that's great.
So wild it inspired me to make a change right then and there. I looked at myself in the mirror. I felt disgusted. You just flogged your log to the thought of your ex being with her new man.
Bro, y'all think it's creative words.
Not just saying that to yourself, bro.
Exactly, bro.
Bro, who says flog their log anymore, bro?
Y'all niggas come up with so many.
Niggas creative, bro.
Exactly, bro.
You're a loser. You change right here, right now, or you'll never change at all. I had already bought a gym membership, so thought I may as well use it. So I went to the gym again the next day. I was humbled when even just pressing the bar was hard. Halfway through my workout, to my utter horror I saw her. Jess and her new boyfriend, Philip.
Nah, that's
Jess and I
crazy.
made eye contact, and I pretended not to notice as Philip benched 315 for a set of 5. My jaw was on the floor watching him. He was a better man in every way than me. I was benching the bar when I saw Jess look over, and smirk with this ugly look on her face. I felt so humiliated, but I finally had something.
No, I'm thinking something, bro.
What?
She's following him. She's following him, bro. She's following that nigga. They're
Nah,
trying to
yeah,
make
there's no way they just go to the same gym coincidentally, bro.
nigga. She's following him, bro. She's
Everything.
him jealous.
That's how some exes are. They be obsessed, bro.
Exactly. She's fuck, bro.
I took all the built-up hatred I had for Jess, and used it to fuel my workouts. Every day, I'd get up and hit the gym, eat right, and continue to study my butt off. I kept improving. About 6 months in, I started looking at supplementation as I had become a gym fiend. I moved on from barely pressing the bar to pressing 135 for 6.
Okay.
Believe it or not,
Holy shit.
Philip and I became
I
great
see.
friends after he broke up with Jess when he caught her cheating. He taught me everything he knew, and helped me start taking creatine. Over the next 6 months, I saw huge improvements in each of my workouts. I hadn't thought about Jess much, but her nasty stench still lingered in my nostrils. One day after our joint workout, Philip asked if I wanted to get back at Jess. I was a little caught off guard, but intrigued. I asked him what he meant, and he told me he knew of a way that I could sleep with her mother. He said that after
Nah.
Fudge, bro. What kind of world
they
is
broke
this,
up,
bro?
Exactly,
What
nigga.
kind of world is this?
Let any of this slide.
These niggas
Philip had tried making a move on Jess's mom, but she said she wasn't into black guys. She was, however, into my exact type. White, slightly nerdy but with
Oh no, bro.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
the toned physique. After a moment of thought, I told him I was down. He gave me her number, and I texted her the very same day. I played the role of a 28-year-old smoker. I said that a friend of hers showed me pictures, and I thought she was beautiful. To my surprise, she actually responded. She asked which friend I was talking about, and I told her Philip. Her responses seemed to instantly become more frequent and suggestive after that. A week after texting, she invited me over to her place when it was free. I wasn't ever introduced to her by Jess, so her recognizing me was not an issue. That night we did it, and oh my god, was it heavenly. King Arthur couldn't have pulled me out. Multiple rounds. Over the span.
Yo.
Way long, bro. Nigga lasted way long.
Oh, thanks.
It's
Right.
always these crazy Reddit stories.
YouTube.
Yo, bro.
Let me tell you this. YouTube. This ain't NSFW. This ain't that.
This ain't NSFW. It's a fake story, yerd.
She fell in love with me. I felt bad, since this wasn't my original plan, but oh well. I needed to go out with a bang. Literally. A week or so later, I invited her out to dinner at a super fancy restaurant. I made hints about her being my girlfriend all night, and that's when I dropped the bombshell. Sorry ma'am. I have something to tell you. My name is Gilbert. When you get home, ask Jess about me. I have no interest in relations with you. She was stunned, and before she could say anything, I left enough money to more than cover the bill, and left the restaurant. Later that night I was bombarded with texts and phone calls from Jess, but I didn't care.
Damn.
I was too busy in the gym getting my mojo on. What is the weirdest flex you're
And listen,
This nigga fucked her mom, bro. W revenge. W revenge. I'm not gonna lie.
I ain't gonna hold
She
you.
gotta go get back. That'll be it for the video, man. Subscribe to the swag. Y'all niggas know what's going on, man. Road to 1K for this nigga, bro. Subscribe to this nigga, bro. Come on now. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to the whole gang. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for Swag's next video, you heard?